Well, hello, sister.
So
It's been a while.
it's been a minute. Yep.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks.
I've been doing stuff.
Yeah.
Been busy.
Yeah.
Not feeling good sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's depressing when somebody passes that.
Yeah.
And
But
it's almost like you go into robotic mode, right? And you get shit done and then yeah, you don't really have time to grieve, more or less. You really haven't yet, have you?
Nope.
So
We know we're too busy.
Yeah.
Can't even do nothing.
So, welcome to Kind of Broken. We're going to throw this on really quickly this week so we don't lose our fans. You should see me air quote fans out there
The kind
that check in
blow
with
air.
us every week. Yeah, the fan that goes on high. But lately I've been watching YouTube, and it's probably consistent with the traumas and stuff that we grew up in, right? With knowing the abuse and stuff that's gone in and out of our relationships.
Yes.
But I ran into a voicemail or a recording of Tammy's that kind of her thoughts of, why they didn't speak up sooner, why they didn't get out of a 10-year abusive relationship with this stepfather. Why did I not say something? You probably would have, but you don't remember, because you were so little.
And also, we also listen to or watch YouTube videos of people where neighbors say something or family members say something or friends say. There's so many people now that actually say something and mention, wow, that's kind of weird, or this is not right. And
I love that. And I think
now, but back in the day, they didn't have that.
Right.
Nobody wanted to say anything because it's your business. That's not my business.
Right. We were always, I don't know if you remember the saying, but the saying was, what you see in this house stays in this house.
Oh, yeah.
You're not allowed to, talk about anything.
That is not okay nowadays.
Yeah, now it's like, it is what it is. I'm not going to hide anything from anybody on any of that shit.
You can't. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good that you can't.
And plus you have the careers where, they have to say something. They can't, like a nurse or a counselor, anybody, you can't just hide it.
They're called mandatory reporters.
Mandatory reporters,
yep.
Thank you.
And there's a lot of them.
But I want to go ahead and play this, and then we'll talk a little bit more after, in that, I still am dumbfounded. Again, I've been watching YouTube. I watch how these, phone calls or these police save these children from really horrible, abusive homes, nasty, hoarding, like cockroach, gnat infested homes, and they still give the parents or the children back to the parents, which it seems to me like the system is messed up.
Broken?
Okay.
That's a common theme.
But I'm not educated or aware enough about it, so I can't really speak on that other than it just.
So if anybody has any comments to leave, go ahead and do that. If you have any questions, comments.
Yeah. And
if you know more about that. I mean, I know the system is very skeleton crew. I mean, there's more people and kids and families per capita than you have social workers and those kind of things. It's just the disparity is ridiculous.
Well, and you saying that, it dawned on me yesterday, the one I was watching, this foster mother, she's like a stepmother, said, oh no, they told me these kids were 16.
Stepmother
girls.
Or foster mother?
Well, she said she was a stepmother, but she's also a foster mother.
Oh, okay.
So she was a stepmother to these kids. She had raised them since they were little, but she says she's like the foster mother / mother. I don't know. But she was told by them, 16 years old, they told her what the father was doing to them. And she said, you're just making this up because you don't want to live here anymore.
See, that's the kind of shit.
And that's what's bullshit.
Still happens.
Yes. And it does. And this is the thing. This was like a 2024 episode, right? So this was 2 years ago. But what pisses me off is, how can you tell somebody, I'm going to get emotional. How can you tell a child to speak up when you also have an adult that says, oh, you're not telling me the truth.
You're a liar.
You're a liar.
How do you lie about that?
You should always believe the child
There are very
and
few
work from there.
There are very few incidences where a child will lie about that kind of stuff, and there is. I mean, it's a very small percentage, but there is.
Yes.
But most of it should never be an issue. It should never be you're lying. It should always be, oh my God.
Yeah.
It should be, oh my God, that is not okay. Well, let's figure this out.
Right.
Never should it be a question of their lying, ever. Right. Even if they possibly could be.
And the only reason that it was brought up is it was brought up at school, and the brother was the one that brought it up. And so one of the sisters, so there's a brother and two sisters, and they're all 16, right? The one brother said something to the school counselor, and the sister got pissed and looked at him, and the cop was like, don't look at him like that. He did the right thing by saying something. It's not okay what happened to you. It needs to be addressed. And he basically...
She probably thought it was okay.
The police officer was so sweet. He's a foster parent as well. And he said, you guys can come stay with me. I will make sure that you guys finish the rest of your high school, because you are not going back to that home because of the fact that the father was abusing.
And there are...
Started with the one sister and then moved on to the other after...
Oh, they got
the grooming the grooming process that Tammy always talks about.
Gross.
So I'm going to play, it's only a 4-minute recording, but I'm going to kind of play this because, picking Tammy's brain, it makes sense because she was in it for 10 years. So I just try, because it dumbfound me. You could tell I'm speechless in that I'm rumbling my words. I just don't get it. I don't get how somebody can't say something for that long.
And I think we're kind of we're a little bit of a broken record sometimes, but we do come at it from different angles.
There you go.
So it's not technically
the same
broken record. It's a little bit different each time, but it's also us working through it. So bear with us.
Well, it is. And it's also, I want to make sure that it's known to anybody out there that there are resources and you're not alone. And yeah, speak up. So here we go.
One of the things about being in an abusive home like that, it's not that you don't, it's hard to put it, you guys think that, you just walk out. It's like that, what is that Swedish hostage thing they do? If you stay a hostage too long, you begin to normalize it.
Oh.
You will not leave them. You will not leave them no matter what. They have a name for it. It's the Swedish.
Stockholm?
Stockholm disease.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Oh.
That happens to somebody when you're trapped. After a while, you just move on and start living your life in that bubble.
In that environment. Abuse.
Yep. That's where you are, and that's what you learn.
Well, you had said something also in that, when I had asked you, why didn't you say something when you were being abused by Gary, and you asked me the question, and and that's just it. I mean, I don't know. I don't have an answer, and so it's hard to say what he was saying to me to get me to.
You have this abuser here. You have your mother.
Because you said I had the opportunity to say something. You said,
you still
Amy, say something, and I wouldn't. So what?
But it's the thing, and I know why I didn't tell Mom. You have this abuser here, but then you have your mother here. Your mother is everything. Your mother is your protector.
And you've seen what she's gone through.
You don't want to tell her that because what if she stops loving you and she doesn't
want you? Because you don't. That's what you're thinking, not that she would.
Because you're,
But it just through.
You feel guilt. You feel like it's your fault partially.
You're saying that, and I have heard stories. I've heard true stories where the mother will literally leave because she falls in love with the guy that doesn't want any children. So it's or they have said
I was
something.
too young to know those things.
Right. We all right.
My feelings were just mine. They weren't influenced by anything because they never even put things on TV or something like that.
That's true.
You never heard about molestation. Right. You never heard about a child being raped. You never heard any of that because it just.
But it's not even. It's not even really about that in the house. It's also the fact that he beat the shit out of everybody, and Mom. So it's like that was her.
I was less.
Why was she?
I was less afraid.
Why was she afraid to leave him? Couldn't she? I mean, I know she didn't have any money.
That was her life. She made one attempt. She made an attempt by calling Grandma because that was her mother. That was the one person she thought would help get her out of it.
And she said no.
She said no. That you made your bed, you live in.
So she didn't feel like she had a safe
But
place.
she had no safe place. Women back then had no safe place.
What about Aunt Pat? It seems like Aunt Pat would have. But Mom's probably thinking, well, she's already got.
I honestly think that the first time Aunt Pat learned about Mom is when they had a phone call. Mm. And Mom basically pleaded with her to come up. She wouldn't have been up there because she always lived states away from us.
So that's when
Aunt Pat came up, and
that's all it took, and then it started from there, like the downward spiral.
Seeing Mom, she was like,
do you think that's when Gary really started to stop paying the bills and all that? When Aunt Pat showed up? Because you said he hadn't paid the bills for like 6 months.
Right. It happened like in...
It's
about 67.
Yes, because we have it on. Yeah.
67, and Gary was gone by 1970, so it was 3 years past that.
So it took that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But he was afraid enough because Aunt Pat was there.
Yeah, saw it. Well, didn't see it, but saw the
She was a witness to. She was a witness to the aftermath and took her to the doctor. So that was enough to keep him from beating her for more than a month. I don't know when it started again. But it was enough to back him off for a while.
It wasn't a long while for him to almost be.
But it was long enough for her to basically repair herself a little bit. Yeah, I don't think she ever went to the doctor again after Aunt Pat took her.
Oh, no.
I mean, we didn't go to doctors, so that would be a big deal. I would remember that if she went.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember her going with Aunt Pat. Aunt Pat forced her to go.
Good. But, I mean, maybe it saved her life. Who knows?
Yeah, so do you like our little insert of music there? Because there was quite a long pause, and we figured you would like to hear some music.
You're such a dork. That was very creative.
I know. Thank you.
So I just want to say back to what Kimmy had mentioned, repeating ourselves. We will constantly repeat ourselves, but I guess for us,
we'll have new jokes though in there.
Yeah, of course. And then, just I guess for us, because we're learning, we're recovering our memories, we're learning things,
how to deal with them,
right, and how to address them. But also know that there are resources, there are people out there, all that kind of stuff. But just
we're just working through it ourselves. So if you get sick of us, just stop listening. It's fine. I mean, we're just
that. You don't know.
We're never going to
stop talking.
Hey, stop it. Anyway, we are grateful for those of you who listen anyways.
Yes, and we will see you next week. We won't skip
Keep
another.
going.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. We will
talk at you
next week. And Kimmy, I will see you next Thursday.
Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Tapping out.